So I've had a lot of good luck as a farmer, but I've had a string of bad luck lately as well. Good things happen, bad things happen. We're entrepreneurs. There's high highs and low lows. Recently a tractor tire fell off in the middle of a field. That was an expensive and frustrating fix. And now I had a tragedy with my pigs. Here to explain what happened. I had a pig die, and it's pretty awful. So just a quick disclaimer, I'm not going to show you any dead pig pictures or video, and I'm not going to monetize this video for YouTube. I don't feel like I should benefit at all from how crappy this situation is. And you don't stand to benefit from seeing a picture of a dead pig. I can describe it enough where you'll get the point. So if that's why you're here, you can bail now. I'm alright with that. So what happened is that I run my pigs through this scrubby brush area you can kind of see here. And before I send the pigs through, I bush hog an area so I can get their fence through it, because you can't always penetrate it with a fence, or even if the grass has grown back long where I've put fences in the past, you want to mow that down so that your fence can stay hot and you keep your pigs in, you keep other stuff out. So I went and mowed through, and also these pigs now are probably 180 pounds. They're chewing on things, they're breaking stuff off, they're ripping stuff up, they're digging things up, you know, they're pigs. So I went out, and every morning I check and say, all right, these are how many pigs I have. I count up all my pigs, call them out of the woods, check their feed, you know, just see how everybody's doing every single day. So one day I went out and I was down a pig, and I was like, oh, somebody's sleeping in this morning, let me go check it out. So I'm walking around in the woods, and there's a distinct buzzing sound that the number of flies for a dead carcass. If you've heard it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I heard that fly buzzing, and I was like, oh no, what's happening? And I come upon a scene, and there's my pig, at least 150 pounds, 160 pounds, full rigor mortis, stuck out and dead. You know, there's flies and maggots, and I'll spare you the details, but it's pretty awful. I've done some really gross and weird things on farm, and this takes the cake as one of the worst things that I've had to encounter. No, not just because it was gross, but because I've worked hard to raise this pig. So at that point, I wanted to get it away from the other pigs. The other pigs hadn't disturbed it, so I grab the legs and I drag it out of the woods. 160 pounds, dragging it out of the woods, and pull it underneath the fence to get it out of the pig area and away from the other pigs. So what happened? So the best that I can surmise, and I think I'm fairly accurate in this, with either the bush hog having chewed some sticks or the pigs having broken some of this scrub stuff, there was a sharp stick. And now pigskin, very tough. They're a very durable animal. They make basketballs and footballs out of pigskin, you know, because they last. And if you ever processed a pig yourself, you know that pigskin is pretty tough. But they got a soft spot right on the belly. And that soft spot, if you roll around and you're a pig and you hit one of those sharp twigs, and it stuck itself somehow with one of those sharp pieces of twig and went inside and wreaked some havoc on the internal organs and what it seemed like the gut as well. And when I found it, had a puncture wound about this big, right in the middle of the softest spot of its stomach, and then some, you know, it totally had internal bleeding and some problems that were caused on the inside, difficulties caused by that puncture wound. Within a 24-hour period, because I check them every single morning, so it's not like this pig had time to sit and suffer that much as far as I can tell. But it, yeah, stabbed itself and died. I've run it through a few other pig farmers. No one's ever heard of this before. I've never seen it in my years raising pigs, but it's tragic, it's awful. What would I do in the future? Try to avoid obstacles. Is it a freak accident? Most likely. Will it ever happen again? Probably not. The pigs, like I said, I've raised way more pigs than this, and this has never happened. But as a part of the reality of raising animals and livestock on a farm, even plants, things die, and sometimes they die in ways that you don't expect. Every farmer's got some story, dairy farmers especially, of losing cows or losing pigs or losing chickens. Definitely everybody loses chickens because everything eats chickens. This is one of those days where I'm not happy. It's not a happy day. Not only is there an emotional toll, but there's a financial toll as well. This is my business, this is what I do for a living. I earn my living by farming. and I just lost $1,000 gross profit. Pigs run, you know, we sell them for between $800 and $900, depends on the hanging weight. And then there's processing fees and all that stuff. So losing $1,000 to a pig, that's pretty awful. You know, I'm using round numbers here. So there's that future revenue that I've now lost, but also the sunk cost up until now, where I have my labor since early this, you know, late spring, where I've been raising the pigs, all the feed that pig has eaten to date, the actual pig itself, because I work with a pig breeder, was $75 for that pig, so I'm out $75 plus all the feed, plus all my labor, plus the, you know, anything else that might have gone into it. And it's just a sunk cost. And because it sat there and it wasn't a good scene, there was no salvageable meat. I know I'll get that question in the comment section below, but yeah, if you were here, no, not so good. So I not only have an emotional toll, but I got a financial toll as well, both of which I have to swallow and continue on my day and, you know, just wake up tomorrow and keep farming. So only takeaway from this video is that stuff happens sometimes. You can't beat yourself up too hard. There's nothing I could have done to really prevent this, that, you know, freak accident. But yeah, for if you've experienced this before, if you experience this in the future, I just wanted you to know, if you're getting into farming, what you're getting yourself into, that there are a lot of days where it's so good and it's so rewarding, and the food that I get to eat and the time I get to spend with my friends and family and the lifestyle that a farm provides is really, really good, but sometimes it just punches you right in the gut. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope this didn't upset you as much as I am upset right now. But yeah, that's life sometimes. And yeah, and end. I have no witty ending.